What's up guys, Zach from Skateboarding here, back with another video. And today, yes, I will show you a clip of my worst skateboarding injury, even though it wasn't really that bad, not a broken bone or anything like that, but it is a little bit hard to watch. Like, even if I watch it now, it makes me cringe a little bit. And after I show you those clips, I have a new board set up. It's a real skateboard, 8.06. I typically skate at 8.25, so this is going down quite a bit for me. I still wanted to try it out because it was on sale. Real quick before this video starts, follow us on Instagram at SteerClearSB. Let me give a little introduction to the clips. I went to a skate park close by my school. To be honest, it wasn't really that great compared to my local, but it was still fun to skate, and they had a little curb here. And I was trying to do ollies off the curb. So I did a few attempts off camera. I hadn't landed one successfully yet, and I'm like, I'm so close to this, let me get the camera. So this is my first attempt on film. And it looked pretty good, except I'm one of those people who are never satisfied with their own work. So this ollie didn't feel right to me, and I wanted to keep trying it, and I wanted to nail it. I wanted to get it so solid. So I kept trying it. Eventually, it got to the point where I couldn't land it again. And it was a little bit frustrating, so I wanted to keep doing it until I could get it very consistent and very solid. And I started to get it back a little bit. One of the problems with the early, like that first ollie that I had, was that the board actually didn't pop. The tail didn't hit the ground. That was one of the reasons why I wasn't satisfied with it. I wanted to get a nice pop, nice level out, and a clean landing. I did get a couple of those towards the end, but me just trying to get consistency, try to land it really solidly. I had a plenty of good ollies, but I wanted to keep going for some reason. Yeah, then this eventually happened because I was so tired because I had already been at the park for like an hour. Yeah. So immediately I thought I had broken my ankle. I thought my ankle was just like, I would be looking down at my foot and my ankle's just like, that's what I expected. My ankle just be like completely sideways, but it wasn't. So I immediately went into panic mode, and I wanted to like feel my ankle, make sure like everything is in place. Like, okay, is that bone normally there? Is this bone sticking out too much? And I compared it to my other ankle. Okay, both ankles are okay. And then I just sat there for a little bit. A guy came up and started talking to me, asked me if I was okay.
You good?
Yeah. Tooth my ankle really bad.
Oh, that shit sucks, man.
Yeah.
You good to get up?
I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit.
Alright.
And I love that about the skateboarding community, that people who you don't even know who just come up to you and make sure you're okay. And I encourage you guys to do that for other skaters who you see get hurt. Make sure they're okay and get them the help that they need. Because if they can't help themselves, they need someone to help them. So it ended up being a sprain, obviously, because my ankle is just like sideways against the concrete. Yeah, it really hurt to walk on. And it took maybe about 4 weeks to get fully healed. So not terrible. Anyways, that's my worst injury so far. I have also sprained my wrist from falling forwards, but the ankle sprain was way worse. I actually got it on camera, so we're gonna go with that one being my worst injury. Alright, so let's get into this board setup. So I ended up getting new trucks, independent 149s to fit my 825 board, and I'm using my old trucks to fit the 8.06. So I have another story for the skateboard setup. This happened about a week ago. This is the second day of classes, and I had just come out of my dorm to go to class. So I start going down the sidewalk, holding this board with these wheels on it. Someone calls out to me from behind. He asked, "Do you skate?" I turn around, and I think I recognize the guy. I thought it was someone that I had ran into before. As he comes closer, I realize I don't know this person. He appeared relatively young, about mid to late 20s. He had a backpack on, so he was possibly a student, but probably not. And as he comes over, he starts telling me, "I just came here from Michigan. I'm stuck here in Florida." I don't know if he actually said I'm stuck here. I assumed he was because he appeared homeless. He himself was holding a skateboard. He goes on to start talking about his skateboard, like, "Man, I just got this new complete in Minnesota. I came here to Florida, started skating it for about a week. And you can see it's like a girl deck. It's about $150. And I really just need some food. I'm starving. I'm willing to sell this board to you for just $10. Immediately, I feel really sketched out. This isn't a really good idea. I'm already kind of late for class. I just need to like ditch this guy and go. But instead, I continue to listen to him talk about the board. He goes on to say that he has Thunder Trucks Ricta wheels. He was telling me about his grip tape design and how it's a really nice board. And he had a grip tape gap going down the middle to show off some like Hawaiian flowers. And he was telling me about this board as if it was his own. Felt like he was trying too hard to sell it. But in my mind, all I could think of is, I'm late for class, but this is a really good deal on this board. It was light to moderate use on the board. The thing that worried me the most though were the bearings. I tried to spin the wheels as he was holding it, and it barely spun at all. I could tell immediately from touching the board that it was slightly waterlogged, so he goes, spins the board himself. Meant to say he goes and spins the wheel himself. And anyone who skates knows the proper way to spin a wheel, or the best way. Put the board between your legs and step on the wheel and spin it with your foot. You could tell that he was a skater just from the way he talked about the board, and he knew all these skate brands, and he knew that to do with the wheel. Immediately I can relate to this guy as a skater. I start to put a little bit of trust in him that I shouldn't have. So I mean, this guy keeps going on about how he's really hungry, he needs food, and he even mentioned how he had just skated this board for the past week at this skate park down the road. He's like, "You know this skate park, yada yada, it's on this road." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been there once." He goes, "Yeah, it's the one that was under construction during Hurricane Irma." Keep that in mind. I didn't catch this at first. There were a lot of red flags in the conversation that I didn't catch until about 5 minutes later after I walked away. But anyways, all I can think about is, this is a really good deal on this board. So I ended up paying the guy $13 for the board instead of just 10. He seems very grateful. This guy was really polite. And he was like, "Oh, I'm so happy this board is going to someone who's gonna put some use into it and it's not just gonna go to waste." So I go and put the board back in my room in my dorm. And at this point is when I realize this probably is not his board. And you guys might have caught that before I did. First thing I noticed are the wheels. They're not Ricta wheels. There were Spitfires. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe he just messed up. I go and I look at the trucks. He said they were Thunders, they were Venture. And then I also realized, wait, If he's only been here for a week in Florida, he's from Minnesota, how would he know that that skate park was closed during Hurricane Irma? Hurricane Irma was 9 months ago. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this probably isn't his board. He probably stole this board and just sold it to me for 13 bucks. And now I'm starting to feel really guilty, like, oh crap, this is a really expensive setup. Whoever he stole this off of must be really missing it, because skateboards aren't cheap, guys. I was starting to feel really guilty, so I thought that the best idea was to take it to Lost and Found. Whether he stole it off our campus or not, I thought that the best way to get this skateboard back to its owner was to take it to Lost and Found. For me, it was a win-win situation, because Lost and Found, after 90 days, he would be able to claim the item that you put in Lost and Found. I paid 13 bucks, and I get this board 90 days later, whatever. It was 13 bucks for a board. Or the other option is, I just paid 13 bucks to help a skater get his board back. So I never see this guy again, the homeless guy that I bought the board off of. The next day, that night, I see the same skateboard on a board rack on campus. And I'm like, yes, Zach did something good. Skateboard is back in circulation. That means that whoever had lost his board found it in Lost and Found. And I just helped this guy get his board back. So that gave me like a lot of closure and a lot of happiness, even though I lost 13 bucks and didn't get a new board, but it was definitely worth it. So here's my theory of what happened. This guy looks like a student. He was wearing a backpack. Probably came in the night before he met me, went into the building, saw a board on a board rack, just took it. It was just raining that night and that morning. Explains why the bearings weren't spinning. Explains why the board was a little bit waterlogged, so I had touched it. So he probably just wanted to get rid of the board for some food money or money for whatever. So I basically bought a skateboard off a hobo who had stolen it the morning before, and then I returned it back to the owner the next day. Really weird story, but that's how it ended up working out. I'll put a picture of the board in the video right now. I noticed on this board though that the trucks and the wheels were different. So I'm assuming that the owner assumed he had lost his board, so he bought a new board. Then he goes to Lost and Found, finds his board, and puts the new trucks and wheels onto his old deck. So it really was weird how it all ended up working out that way. I'm just happy that whoever had lost the board now has their board back. Because if it were me who had gotten my board stolen, I would have been super bummed about it. So I don't really want to judge homeless people, because I assume that they've been through a lot to get to where they are. So I don't blame this guy for what he did, but it's definitely not the right thing to do. And there we have it. There is the new setup. We have the real skateboard with slant trucks, riser pads, cruiser wheels, and Red's bearings. And a beautiful grip tape. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I didn't grip it myself. I got it gripped at the skate shop, because if you watch our first skateboard setup, you can see how hard of a time we had with the grip tape. So yeah, I didn't want to go through that again. I love how the guy did grip tape, and it shows the green around the border. It looks really great. So I'm really looking forward to skating that later. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember to follow us on the Instagram at SteerClearSB. Subscribe, like this video, comment below on what you want to see next. Let me know if you like that story, if you like more story time videos. No, we're not going to become a channel like that. I'm sorry. More videos to come soon, more progression. Follow us on Instagram. I like to post this story to show you guys what I'm up to, what my progression is currently, and I'll usually post on when I'm about to post a video or when a video has just gone up, maybe even a little sneak peek, and feel free to direct message us. I like to respond to you guys. If you guys have any advice, comments, or just some kind words, they're very much appreciated. With that said, steer clear skateboarding, we're out. Well, I think I might have just learned a new trick.
Oh my god, Ronnie.
I might smash it, man. That back, kicking like that, so I